Hello, everyone, and welcome back for another episode of TFT Study Hall with your host from TFTAcademy. My name is Frodan.
And I'm Dishsoap.
And we are back for our first episode of Set 16 Lore and Legends. Apologies on the delay. There was just a bunch of life stuff happening from events that we were traveling to. At the beginning of the set was like boot camp, and I went to a Riftbound event, and then we both went to Paris. It was hard to record there. Then Dishsoap went on vacation. Then I went on vacation. But we're finally back, and we're synchronized. And the good news is, I think we have a pretty good beat on the meta right now because a lot has developed since the C patch. But first, I want to check in with Dishsoap. Dishsoap, how's your holidays been? How's the start of Set 16 for you? It sounds like you've been enjoying it from what I've seen on social media.
Yeah, holidays has been good. Got like a couple days to relax. It was good, like have an excuse to like get a break from streaming because I was like sick for a bit after I got back. But yeah, I mean, Set 16 is really good. It's really fun. Like this meta is like actually not very fun to play. Like, but yeah. the set is so fun. It doesn't like really matter that much. Like it's not fun to play, but it's still fun to play because like it's just so enjoyable. But sure. For if we had like a meta this bad like last set, I'd be fucking flaking every day. Like no one would want to load up like Set 15 with this kind of meta.
Sure. What exactly about 616 Lore and Legends is appealing to you specifically? Why are you still enjoying it? I think a lot of people are already saying like, oh, these are the things I don't like about it, but you still enjoy it.
Well, like it's mostly because like I feel like the paths to get to like the S tiers and like the branching out variations of them like actually provides like a lot of novelty every game. Even if you're like just playing Yunara every game, there's like I don't know. There's like 3 mainline variations, and then you can also like reasonably play some like flex board, like for placement. Like for example, last night, let me check my match history real quick. I had no idea what I was fucking doing. I just had lots of HP, but I had to roll an 8, and I had giga like resource augments, and I went second with like this Yunara board. And I mean, no one is going to play this board in their life because like I mean, what's going on? But I mean, it's still 1 second. I still beat some good boards just because I played some like valid TFT, Like this was like a strong second too. It's not like I actually like beat like the other like players that like place below me.
Ah, I see. Yeah, because basically what you're doing is you're going back to sort of the fundamentals of TFT, which is just play around your carry and just set up a front line for it, and then making the rest work with whatever spots are not crucial, right? It doesn't really matter outside of 3 Ionia. Doesn't really matter. Did you take the Thief Skills augment, the Band of Thieves?
Yeah. And this game was legit like Draven and Bessa duo for like until like 5-5. I don't even think I put a Yunara on my board until 5-5 because I was so broke. I was playing in Bessa. I was playing in Bessa Draven.
Okay.
And yeah.
All right.
But like I mean you would literally never be able to do that last set. You would just die.
Yeah.
I agree. Like you would just roll for Cassandre 1, Jinx 1, Poppy 1, you miss 2-star FF because there's nothing else you could play. If you're playing Yuumi, you have to play 5 BA. You can't make it to 9 for Seraphine FF.
Yeah, last set, it felt like there was very constrained amount of units that you were allowed to play, right? That Prodigy Battle Academia board, it had to been 5 Prodigy and had to been 5 Battle Academia. And if you hit 7 like 7 Battle Academia for whatever reason, or try to went down on Prodigy, it wasn't good. In terms of the people who enjoy variety towards not only the path to get to the end game board, but also the way you cap your board, I think there's been a lot of novelty. But a lot of people say things like, oh, it's just a legendary soup. It's just like 5 costs, like play whatever on your board. I really don't like when people say that because it makes me feel like they're really losing the nuance of what's actually happening. Because if that was true, that means you'd be allowed, like on this board, that means you'd be allowed to just click on Zillion too, right? And play like a bunch of other 5 costs that don't even make sense for your board. So I actually don't like when people talk about it that way because I think more of those players are just really frustrated by the fact that their boards are just getting outcapped because reroll is pretty bad right now. But even then, is that even true? Is reroll even that bad?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty bad.
Okay. I mean, do you think Tryndamere is bad?
I am lower on Tryndamere the most, I would say.
Wait,
but
me too.
I acknowledge I acknowledge the stats it has, and I acknowledge the good spots. However, I think this unit suffers from there's some egregious targeting nonsense happening this set with how he since he walks that fast, sometimes he gets pre-targeted even if you backline him. I backline the Tryndamere, not even third row, and somehow this fucker gets targeted first, which pisses me off. But yeah. Also, there's a variation on this that plays Ishtal instead of Noxus.
Yeah, I actually added it today, and the problem is that I think this one's like very complicated to play, and it's like very execution heavy. And I guess
Yeah.
we're just diving into our meta tier list right now, by the way. So that's our transition bumper. But talk to me just up about one of the emerging things in the meta right now, which is Tryndamere Ishtal.
Oh, I mean, it's like this is kind of good just because like people realize that Ashe is not very good, so you don't really care about Quick Striker, so you don't have to play the Draven. If you don't have to play the Draven, you don't have to play the stupid ass Briar. You can play like a different Slayer, and like you're already playing Neeko anyways because like Neeko actually has an insane synergy in this comp. Like not only is she a defender for Sejuani, but Tryndamere like ignores armor against chill targets, and then Neeko's cast is like a Giga AoE chill. Sejuani also has chill. They're like supposed to be like synergistic, but Sejuani's chill like doesn't align. You'll be lucky to hit like 2 or 3 units. But Neeko like basically chills the entire front line, so you get like the armor, like Neeko is just like a way better tank for Tryndamere. So if you can already play Kiana and Neeko as your main tank, you might as well just fit a third Ishtal. The best one is Nidalee, but you can like play like Milio in the mid game for some value. But once you get a Neeko 3 or like 2 Neeko 2s and like sack 1 round, like the Nidalee is actually a better duo carry than Ashe. High key, like this Nidalee unit's like actually like decent as a duo. But
yeah. I haven't tried it myself, and all I saw was Twitter text. So I kind of just like updated it, but enough people were talking about it, and the stats kind of led it to believe that it actually could be good. Also, there's a couple things that are just wrong. You're not supposed to play like Viego here. I actually have a question about this. Are you supposed to just play 3 Ishtal and Tryndamere at the beginning stages of the game? Like, how does the beginning of the game actually go with this?
Oh, I mean, you probably put in like I mean, you could put an Ishtal. I mean, you probably just tempo Timmy it up until like if you have a Sejuani on stage 2, you're playing the Sejuani, yeah. But like if you don't have the Sedge, you can play 3 Ishtal with the Tryndamere. But you always want to play Tryndamere Ashe because they don't get the stacks if you don't play them both. Your last 3 slots can be Ishtal, but like if you have a Sejuani, you just play the Sejuani. This failure trade is way too good for these units.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then like it's fine if you get Ishtal and then like 3-2, it's fine.
Yes, people in chat who are watching right now along the streams are surprised that Neeko chills. That's actually a big deal in general for a lot of units, not just even for Tryndamere ignoring armor. But when you're playing around like a Nivea early game, Neeko also enables chill, which allows her to critically strike with her ability. So things like that. So definitely keep a heads up for that. Okay, so you're actually a believer of Ishtal Tryndamere, is what I'm hearing.
Oh, I mean, I played it once. I don't know.
Okay.
The thing is when I play normal Tryndamere, I mean, I'm a believer because in normal Tryndamere, the Draven is completely useless. The Ashe is completely useless.
Yeah.
And you're not hitting Swain too.
I mean,
like,
Briar's useless too.
yeah. I feel like the units you're dropping is just they're not good. So you might as well just play a Nidalee.
Okay, fair enough. I actually played this today as well on my stream, but I actually cheated because I got the 30 HP 400 cash out. So my Ishtal Tryndamere was just playing around Ishtal, and I cashed out like a mega, and that helped me tempo. But I'm actually curious about whether or not this will end up being more popular, because the other element of Tryndamere's people have identified, like you said, which is that Draven, Briar are like bad, so people are trying to cap out with other stuff, right? I saw some people suggest trying to play around Silas because Neeko is like an Arcanist defender. So if you can't get Neeko 3 and you're stuck rolling on 8 for a really long time, is that something that you also go for as well? I've seen some speculation about that. All right, let's talk about some of the other comps at the top of the meta right now. We kind of went a little bit out of order, but we have to start off with the big elephant, or rather the big dino in the room. It's Piltover T Hex. This composition is terrorizing ladder and is very clearly number 1 in win rates. If you look at the way trends are going, it's the best comp in the game. It also has like kind of all over stats, mainly because of how contested it is and how easy it is to fail. But from your perspective, Dishsoap, is this comp clear and by far away number 1 comp the way everyone's saying it is?
I think if everyone had to load into a game of TFT and no one was allowed to contest each other, everyone had to play a different comp, and they all played 10 games, the player who was playing this would have the best AVP by far. So yeah, I do think it's the best comp, like by a lot.
Okay.
But what I will say is, like, this shit on ladder is at
least 2-way contested.
Yeah, it's at least 2 in most games, which is a little sus. And then like if you do like Giga miss, you just die on and then you're 8th. So
it's true.
And then there's like a lot of like you can still top 4 if this doesn't happen, but like the swing from getting like a Seraphine early, like in your early shops, or like off carousel into like mining drill on stage 3 versus getting it later on 4-5 is like the difference between like first and like 4th and 5th as well.
Yeah, or even dying, because that's exactly what happened to me one game. So I do see what you're saying. A lot of people are contesting this, and not even just contesting it. I feel like a lot of people are just holding Caitlyn's as well, because there's also easy ways you can get tempo off of it if you're playing, Caitlyn plus Vi, and you have a Vayne opener, right? And you have a way to play long shot with Defender Demacia, or some people who are playing around their Void openers. They'll like hold on. They'll tell them inside. They'll justify in their minds as a way to hold Caitlyn, so it slows you down. But it is really, really high cap, especially if you can get to the double T hex setup, where you play 2 TXs, and it's pretty insane.
Yeah, but before like this was like contested every game, I like learned this off stream and then just jabbed some games, like just hard forcing it over and over, and my scores were like I went like 5 firsts in a row, then a 6th and another first.
And that's when you hit rank 1, right?
Yeah, and I was like, holy shit, this shit is so broken. But now like everyone's playing it. So
do you have a setup where you think I have to play, right? I must play Piltover from the spot. It's just too juicy. Assuming that it's, not extremely contested. What's your favorite like augment or setup around it?
I don't, okay, like I think the best augment is Ticket, like Prismatic Ticket, just because you can't fuck it up. But like the most fun way to play it is with auto roll. I think this auto roll augment is way too fun. Like you just hold a bunch of random ass 1 costs like throughout all of stage 2, and then you just like upgrade them and you just get a bunch of rolls. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
It's hard, especially because you can really mess it up and your bench gets really full, and then you kind of you take too much damage, you get greedy with the rolls, but it's pretty insane. I've seen people hit T hex at 3-2 with it.
Yeah,
they're high rolling. Definitely be on the lookout for it. Another tip that Dishsoap was dropping on Twitter was try to use your first belt to make things like the Striker's Flail and not like frontline items, because IE and Striker's Flail is the key core combo, and then the third item could be a handful of other items. So make sure you guys use your item economy accordingly. Let's talk about these other 2 comps that are in S tier, which are soft S tier. I'd probably say these are like S minus, A plus, but they are doing really well. The first is Yunara. Now, the reason why Yunara, I believe, is doing well is because there is an unintended buff to Infinity Edge damage on Yunara. Did we ever figure out what exactly was going on with that?
I'm pretty sure she just has 20% extra crit when she ults, for whatever reason.
Okay, so she's just doing 20% more crit.
I think I believe so.
Okay,
because yeah.
All right,
which is good.
And
so you must have IE.
Specifically, it's this build around Yunara, but I see a lot of people favoring away from the Freljord Yunara and more towards Ionia Yunara. Does it matter what Ionia it is?
Oh, I mean, you can't afford this board unless it's Econ Ionia.
Okay.
Preferably gold. I see gold Ionia, and like I have a Yunara spot. I like never angle Freljord. I always angle this one.
Okay.
But like if it's a not Econ Ionia, like and you have a thing spot, you're probably gonna play the Freljord board because that board is way cheaper and you can roll on 8.
Okay, that makes sense.
Also with this board, we probably should have another variation. It's like basically the same board as this, but instead of like Jin Senna, like Jin Senna Fiddle, like Tarek, like those slots, you play like Ari, Swain, Shyvana, and then a +1.
Okay, copy that.
And then like Ari's good because it means you don't have to put AP items on set 1, and like R2 is actually a good carry, and then you also get to roll for Swain.
Ooh, I like it. And those are like the ways that you need to find a way to stabilize without hitting exactly 2-star. Because I feel like a lot of people just rolled exactly for Wukong 2 and Yunara 2, and then they're just kind of floundering.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think that version is better than like this version if you have like the Senna 2 and like the Kindred 2 and like all the juice and like the set 2 all the juice. But it's just something that you should like look out for. Yeah, and then you should like do both of the rolldowns.
Okay, cool. And then Kindred Noxus, but this is just more about Draven Fast 9. This was a strategy that was at the beginning of the patch. If you actually look at the way trends were going, this was the most dominant version. This is the most dominant comp at the first half of the C patch. You would try to play specifically around Draven, stabilize on level 7, try to play around Bard to get the free rerolls, and then leverage that to get to 9. And since then, that comp has kind of been falling further and further down. Well,
I don't know.
how do you feel about it right now?
I like this comp. I have good results with this comp, like very good results.
Okay, so I mean, I think it's largely because the win share is just being consumed by the Piltover specifically. But
yeah,
the stats have been falling on it, but you still like the comp.
Yeah, the thing is, Skarner, if you're smart about it, your Skarner can like shit on TX1 players, because like same side Skarner against like the default TX positioning where they put it like off to the side, you can like yoink it, and then you can like completely mess up the beam, and your board has a bunch of single targets, so it can be a decent matchup.
Okay.
But you still lose the TX2, like cap TX2 a lot, but I think this board's good. One thing I'll note is I have a lot more success when I'm not playing on Rageblade in this, where I'm just going like Kraken plus like full damage, like Kraken less Whisper +1 or whatever.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
What can you elaborate a little bit more? Are you playing from Win Streak? Are you still doing the open into Draven 2 thing?
I mean, I don't play it from like Win Streak necessarily, unless it's like literally like the God Opener. Like I usually still play it from Bard, but I don't play it from like full loss, because I think if you play it from full loss, you're trying to go fast 9 with like 30 HP with a 2-star 3-cost carry on stage 4, which is really sus. But like I think you can like manage to win some rounds on stage 3. Like Loki, you can even like roll on like level 6 a little bit. I've done that before.
Okay.
Like if it makes sense, and then you have like Draven 1 can win some rounds, and then like if you just like save 2 lives, you like start the game with like 50-60 HP, or you get like something like advanced loan on 3-2. You can just send it on 3-2. That's what I did one of the games I went first. You send it on 3-2 instead of 3-5.
Okay.
And then you have the HP buffer to actually go 9. I don't know. My scores of this comp are like crazy. Even after like Piltover's taken over, so I still like it.
Yeah, I mean it's still a good comp, and it still has some of the highest cap in the game. I think Skarner's really good. That's definitely been one of the revelation units of this patch, because Skarner's passive is really good. It gives you all the armor. His stun lasts for a really long time, and like you said, the displacement of Skarner is really nice too. The way it kind of impales and clumps them up. And yeah, like I've had situations where Skarner turns the TX around. It's actually really funny, and then the lasers backwards, but still die because TX is broken. All right, so that is the S tier. Let's talk a little bit about some of these other comps. I think Dishsoap, you said specifically that you think there's a big gap between A and B tier comps right now. Like things in the A tier are pretty like either okay to solid to, but anything B tier and below is generally pretty bad.
Yeah, I think so. I think like the front, like the volley rise board is like the board is good. I just think like the lines you have to take to get this board is like kind of sus, and it doesn't even cap higher than the other rise boards.
Yeah, you're talking about this rise board that we have featuring like a Yordle opener, Yordle AP into level 9.
Yeah, I think this rise board's better, but the other board like is like around the power level of an A tier comp. It's just like the line you have to take to get there is like not at that power level.
Okay, got it.
But then I think the other B tier comps are like ass. I think like the Annie boards need like Biss everything and like 2-star Silas to compete. And honestly, it's not that bad. You're not going to beat like Baron 2 or Pilto or TX2, but you'll probably still win lower lobbies with those setups. But the problem is you'll lose to the guys with the big setups, and you have to like sack so much HP to get to this.
How do you even find yourself in an Annie game these days, though? It feels like everyone's going for bow, and if not bow, is like the sword, cloak, glove stuff for like Piltover and whatnot. So I guess you can find your way into tiers, but how do you even get into a spot where you have Annie and you can get to 9 and you're playing like an AP opener?
I mean, you just have to live in a fantasy land where your Yordle opener actually win streaks. Like you need win streak Yordle. But that's just not realistic. So
okay, fair enough. Let's talk about some of these other comps very briefly then. Void, Ishtal, Diana Shurima, Bilgewater, Vayne, Freljord, and you talked a little about Rise. Out of all the ones that we haven't mentioned, which comps have been some of your favorites to play this patch?
I have played a lot of Vayne, like Demacia. I don't really play it that much now because like people actually play this shit. I usually like to play the comps that no one plays. Like when I was playing this like a week ago, no one was playing this, or like very little people were. But now like this is like a common thing. It's just like you get the top 4, get the fuck out. But I don't know. This board has a lot of good things going for it. Kai'Sa's really good. Vayne's really good, especially early. And then Garen, Kind of feels like the tankiest unit in the game in some situations. Problem with this is it's just kind of like it's kind of hard to cap around the 5 costs, because if you're fast nighting, that you're probably not playing around the Demacia setup. You have to like use a lot of gold to get the Galio. You just have to roll a bunch, hold a bunch of stuff on your bench, harder to make econ.
Yeah.
So you're not getting to like cap around the like 2-star 5 costs as easily as others. And then the cap for this board is Ziggs, and Ziggs is just weaker than like other like 5 cost caps for other comps. So, and then Ziggs is also like a pain in the ass to unlock in this comp, because it's not item on a long it's item on a Yordle. So you have to like, you either have to sack around putting items on Poppy, which is trolling, or you have to like do it on like before stage 6, like on 5, like on the stage 5 neutrals, most likely.
Yeah, it's either a Zonite or a Yordle, and I mean Ziggs is good. It's also like an item issue as well. As like, how do you have items for Ziggs?
You need to play this from item moment. I think it's like not that uncommon if you play from item on credit. Like you put the Lux items that you had on Lux on the Ziggs is the way you do it.
Sense.
And another issue with this is I'm like very, very confident that Galio is like bugged, and he doesn't show up in as many shops as he should.
Oh.
Like I'm very, very, very confident on this.
Theory, or you feel like you've confirmed it?
I feel like it's confirmed. He's like the lowest rate for like 2-starring and 3-starring in the game, and like just like I played like a lot of Demacia. I like almost never hit Galio too. and I have like more games of Ziggs like I have far more games of Ziggs 2, which is another unlock unit that I get later than Galio. So I have less shops to see Ziggs 2, but I think I have like 8 games of Ziggs 2 and like 1 or 2 games of Galio 2.
So you're saying statistically this is just impossible, that it's like standard?
I don't know if it's impossible, but I'm like 99% sure that like something with the bench and like the unlock, like my theory is, since he's like on the bench, he like fucks with like the unlock odds like lowering or something, and he artificially like shows up lower.
Okay,
that's my theory.
There are I think there are confirmations that there's hard-coded things in this set to manipulate odds depending on your unlock states and how you interact them with your shops and how many copies you have and things like that. So there's probably something wonky going on, if there is something there, but who knows? Dishsoap is putting it out there that Dishsoap or that Galio odds might be bugged. Who knows?
Like, okay, I would like think I was crazy, but the thing is, you just look, you could look at like the 2-star and 3-star rate, and he's like the lowest. So
I mean, I can look at it right now. Let's see it.
But besides like maybe like the Giga Hard unlocks, but I don't even think that's true.
The units, I guess I'm not entirely sure how to look at the 2-star rate of it though.
I mean, he has he has less I guess Thresh has lower 3-star rate. Sure.
Fair enough. I mean, if I just look at 5 cost.
I mean, you can look at a star level distribution.
Yeah, show unit level.
Oh, I'm looking at Tactile Tools. Oh,
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm looking at 5 costs. And it looks like it's pretty low there. It's not as low as Ziggs, Mel, Xerath, Aatrox, and Thresh, but it is quite low.
Wait, really? Because I'm looking at Tactile Tools, and Galio's at 30%, and every other unit is at least 40% 2-star rate. At least. And most of them are like 50.
I might be looking at it wrong, but either way, it's definitely food for thought. I mean, a lot of people in chat agree with you. They feel like they never hit Galio too, but that is funny that I never noticed that. I guess I played a handful of Demacia games. I did notice I don't 2-star Galio, but that's because I just thought that I roll a lot on 8, I guess, to stabilize. So never really put too much thought into it. Another thing to think about with Demacia and Vayne is that I want to point out is that I actually really think that you really want strong tank items on Garen. I think a lot of times people will sacrifice things like Sunfire and the Even Shroud and whatnot.
Bro, oh my god. If you have Sunfire, Even Shroud, Garen, it's true fucking whiz.
I agree.
And then these fuckers on Twitch chat are like, "Oh, where's the shred? Where's the shred? My Vayne does 50% true damage. You don't need fucking shred, man. You need an invincible Garen."
What was the tank that last time we saw this where you needed like 3 true tank items on it that people kept like putting utility on? I forgot. It was a set or two ago.
Uh,
maybe chat remembers.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't remember.
Leona from Battle Academia, right? We wanted to have like 3 true
Yeah,
champions.
yeah. That tracks.
Yeah. So that's basically the same thing. From my experience, Garen is a
Oh
completely
no,
different.
it was not that set. It was Anima Squad one because in Battle
Oh,
Academy you
right,
could
right,
play
right, right.
Cassante,
The other
but
Frodan.
it was Anima because there was no other like in that line there was no other tank. Like your only other tank was
Yeah.
Alawi, which was a 2 cost.
Right, right. And it was Zaya, Leona, Anima Squad. Oh yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
realize that. Okay. Okay, thank you for referencing that. Okay. Other things to just talk about very briefly about the meta, because we are going a little bit long on this section. Shreem and Diana is still pretty solid. A lot of people say it is one of the loose streak lines. It is still something very commonly played. Void is also very straightforward. Fries in the bag, still good. If you get the Baron 2, really good. Otherwise, you're just playing for like the top 4 if you can't get there. Ishtel Brock also still really good. I think this is just one of the things where the success rate of this comp will just continue to get better as people get better at the set. This comp is still really insane if you get there. And last but not least, Bilgewater. Do you think Bilgewater is still solid this patch?
The stats on it are so good, but my eye test on this is like so bad. Like I think it's fine. Like the comp has a lot of stuff going for it because you just get free resources if you play it from ahead. But I swear to God, this MF unit is straight ass. It's so like this unit is terrible.
What makes you say that?
It just doesn't do any damage. Like I'm pretty sure it does like 30% less damage than Yunara. But you have to play it. And then they nerf like Senna and Kindred as well. So like they're not like 1v9 carries like it has to be like a full like team effort thing. So you just end up having a lot of single target problems. Like obviously if you get like the Kench feeds, like you get like a lot of Bilgewater items, you get to like the 5 costs, you cap out. Like obviously the board's still good, but then at that rate, like are you gonna beat a TX2? Probably not. So that's why I have it in A tier. But honestly, my eye test on this is actually like low A tier.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, I think a lot has to go right. A lot of people also find themselves sort of in a dead man's land in stage 4 when you can't find like Misfortune and you're trying to get the Bilgewater transition, because the early game is pretty straightforward, right? If you get free Graves 2, you can do a lot with the tempo, but stage 4 tends to struggle. People started to innovate a little bit. I'm not sure how much you've seen it, but they actually go for something like Graves 3 now, and they say like this is like a backup option for them if it's not if the primary Bilgewater strategy isn't going well. Have you seen any of this? And if so, what are some of your thoughts on it?
I haven't seen it, but I can believe it. I think Graves is a really, really good unit. And TF like is good at you spreading util.
Yeah, I mean Captain's Brew's still really good on him. I think he's fantastic at it.
But no, I've not seen anyone like actually play this.
I went up against it one time today, and it seemed fine. And it was one of the ways where it felt like it didn't win the game, but it felt like it was very decisively top 3, top 2. So, yeah, more on that later, I suppose. The last of the things we should talk about that's actually doing pretty well is Darkened Scythe Yasuo reroll. Mm-hmm. This is it Darkened Scythe only for this comp? Are you willing to play Yasuo at all if you don't have Darkened Scythe?
I'm not willing to play it without Darkened Scythe, but like I'm sure other people will be like, oh, I get some top 4s with this, and like I'm sure you fucking do, man. But
okay,
yeah, I don't think this is very good without Darkened Scythe.
Okay, well, I mean, because before we figured out Yone was good, but then we realized the Darkened Scythe buff has helped Yasuo a lot. And the other question is it only like the resource generating Ionia that you feel like it's worth pursuing, or are there other Ionia paths that are also good for Yasuo?
I think Transcendence, the HP one, like the 3-star one is like fine. I also think the one that gives like on cast is pretty good because you're playing 7 Ionia anyways, and it gives HP to your team. I played that one. It was really it seemed pretty good, but you have to hit your units is the problem.
Okay.
I played a game of this. I think this might be Trubis. It's either this or I think it was Silvermare, but I had a IE Darkened Scythe Prowler's Claw on this guy.
Oh, that sounds nasty because the Prowler's Claw should proc the Darkened Scythe, right?
Yeah. It procs the Darkened Scythe and also
okay.
It had like 100% crit rate. It was just going crazy. I beat like a TX2, like the like level 10 TX2 with it.
Oh wow.
So that was pretty fun.
Is that like Yasuo dodges the laser, and so like how does he beat the TX in that situation?
I mean, I don't know. I just killed it.
You just went in the hard way.
I mean, I
Sneak
just
dragon?
I don't know. I just front to back his board. I don't know. I just won.
Oh wow. Okay. That's interesting. That's just a Dishsoap diff. All right, so that wraps up our meta section for the first part of the show. Let's go into a different segment that I have planned called Trick or Treat. Okay, so Trick or Treat. Why are you laughing?
I don't know. It just sounds. It seems kind of mischievous.
It is mischievous because I don't want to name any names out there, just so, but there's a lot of people out there on social media and different mediums, claiming to be experts and putting out a lot of tech. And so what I wanted to do was pull up some of the guides and some of the tech being out there. And I want to ask you, Dishsoap, is it a trick or is it real, aka a treat?
Okay, sure.
All right. He's already giggling because, okay, let's start with the easy one because we already talked about at the very beginning, which is Basso Skills talking about Ishtil Trindamir. And so I guess this one can start off pretty easy. This one, you said it was kind of legit. I'm pulling up his thread right now where you always hold Ishtil, you always hold Jarvan. Your items is greater than econ, greater than comments as a priority. Did you read a lot of this, by the way?
Yeah, I mean, I saw this post.
And then he said you can even play for Ryze and Silas and Aatrox and Lucian and Senna and all this stuff and all this, bells and whistles. So what do you think, Dishsoap?
Okay, I read this. I must flame. This guy is recommending Sniper's Focus on this Trinity unit. This shit doesn't do anything. It doesn't give range anymore. Anyways, I mean that's the only trick about this post. The rest of it is like fine. I don't know. The thing is, I don't think any I think the Trinity board's pretty flexible because I think outside of 3 Freljord and Nico and 1 Slayer, it doesn't really matter what else you play because Ashe is so terrible. If Ashe mattered, you probably want to you probably play the Noxus board always, but Ashe doesn't even matter. So because of that, you can fit a bunch of stuff. So I think this is valid. I don't think you're always supposed to play Ishtal, but if it makes sense, it makes sense. So
I think when he says always hold Ishtal, it's always keep the out before that. Just like when he says always hold Jarvan, it's more about keeping the out for it. I'm not sure. It doesn't sound like he gets to Silas very often.
Yeah,
also, I checked his profile. He's not playing Silas very often. So
the thing is, I am not holding this Jarvan if it's costing me any a single interval. I will tell you that. If it makes me 1 interval, I'm out of there.
The fact that Ryze is on this board is pretty sick, though. I didn't even really think about that. That is one cool idea that he had out there because you can play Cho'Gath, Bel'Veth. Bel'Veth is a Slayer. That's a Void. Play the Taric, and you activate.
Okay. The problem with this is that I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to play Ryze as I don't think Ryze does anything if you don't have Noxus or Ionia because it doesn't do those are the only ways you get AoE on a spell. So I think it's yeah. I think that's kind of a problem with Ryze's design because all of the Ryze variations right now play Ionia. If Noxus if Noxus a little bit better, you can maybe see Noxus as well because it also has some AoE. But
okay, good to know. Okay, so verdict number 1, Basso Skills, not tricking. All right, how about this one? We're gonna go to Reddit Rek'Sai reroll guide. And was playing around Rek'Sai in Void and went GP3 Rek'Sai 3 and was playing the new fighter build that's going everywhere, which is Rageblade Titans and BT, kind of like the Diana setup, and then trying to play it in Void. What do you think, Dishsoap? Rek'Sai reroll in Void.
I think this is a Dark Scythe check. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I see the one game he played at Dark Insight. Oh, 2 of them. And he did not do nearly as well.
I mean, the thing is, you look at the rest of his board, it's not very good.
But you think it is kind of real if you have Dark Insight, then?
I mean, it makes the item makes perfect sense. It's overtuned, and he's the Vanquisher, so you don't even have to build IE, or she's a Vanquisher, so you don't even have to build IE. And then your unit also is already spitting, so it's and your unit already dashes. It's the perfect item.
Okay.
I'm pretty I'm pretty sure you can't play this with a Dark Scythe. It just I would rather just do something else, play for Baron or whatever.
What's the build? What's the build? Is it Dark Scythe? Is it Quicksilver? And then And then what? BT, Titans, Hodge.
Holy shit, there is no stats on this. 1 second.
There's no stats on it. Okay.
It is looking like. My God.
I mean, I can help look with you. Let's see. Let's do it. Rek'Sai.
It looks like Titans are QSS and then like Asterix or a BT, like after the Darkened Scythe.
We're gonna have to go real deep. I'm going silver. All right, here we go. I got a warning about the stats. Okay. You're saying it's looking like it is what? Quicksilver.
It looks like it's either QSS or Titans. It looks like Titans is a bit better, and then like a healing item like or a Starak, like BT or Starak.
Yeah, Hodge looks okay in the very very small sample size as well. Okay, good to know. I guess we can keep that one in our back pockets.
I'm pretty sure Rageblade is bad. At least that is what these stats are telling me.
Yeah, and intuitively that sounds right, but every time I've said that on the melee carry, it ended up being really good. So I was skeptical about Diana at first, and it ended up being really good. Okay, last.
I feel like Diana can actually. I feel like Diana can actually live. I feel like this Rek'Sai is. You probably just want to like burst some shit, and then like you die.
True, that actually makes sense. All right, last one. This is a challenger guide. Have you seen this one? On Twisted Fate Yorick reroll. Multi-set 1576 peak LP challenger player. Recommends
what region? What region?
EU. Recommends Twisted Fate and playing Bilgewater and then going for Yorick 3, Twisted Fate 3, and then trying to play around AP Twisted Fate, and then dropped a 100 game sample size saying, I know there's no play yet, but I believe it has huge potential.
Wait, can you show the board?
The board is which board? Which board?
Like the board, like any of the boards. I just didn't see them.
Here you go.
Okay, like what I will say is that I think if TF was better and Yorick was better, this would not be a trick. However, I don't think this board has the capability of winning lots of rounds.
Yeah. I fail to understand how we deal with some of the big threats in the metagame. Like, how do you plan on taking down some of the hardest tanks to deal with, like Scar?
I don't know how you ever kill a Diana in this.
Diana also threatening your backline.
I not even threatening your backline. I don't think you could kill a Diana. I don't think it's possible for this board to kill a Diana too.
I mean, if you get to the Kindred 2 Lucian 2,
you need Kindred. You would need Kindred to kill a Diana. There's no other way this board can never kill a Diana. Fair enough. On
top of everything else too, we're talking about TX and Baron and all the other big problems. So yeah, so what? So verdict, this is a trick?
Yes. Also, you should not put the stupid ass TF in the corner. He has the worst angles in the world if you hard corner him.
That's right. Where should we put him instead?
The stats say it's A2 or I don't even know how do we even
D2,
I never actually
D2.
D2. I never actually use this. I only like talk about it like when you ask me. But it's
D2
either
or D6.
Yeah, that's where I put him.
Or D5 in rare scenarios, it looks like.
Yeah, but like if you don't put him here, he'll never hit backline corner. It just will never happen. The cards will go off the screen. But if you put it there, he can actually hit the backline corner.
Ah, okay, interesting. All right, well there you go. That was our first edition of Trick or Treat, and I think it was fun because there's a lot of noob tricking going out there on social media and Reddit. So we'll be sure to fact check more next time. All right, Dishsoap, let's do pop quiz. You ready for a new season of pop quiz?
Yeah, sure.
I feel like you've been locked in more. Okay. So let's do pop quiz here. And the first question is, I'm going to throw out a question for Dishsoap and see if he knows the answer. We're going to start off pretty easy. What is currently, just raw stats, what is currently the best performing emblem in the game right now?
Piltover? I don't know. I'll just rip Piltover. It's probably some other. Okay, honestly, it's probably some other dog shit, but I'll just rip Piltover Because I like, you could ask me what the best emblem is, and I would tell you Piltover by far.
Sure.
If it's the best of the stats, it's the best of the stats. If it's not, it's not. But.
Okay. Well, the best in the stats is a Bruiser emblem right now. Piltover is pretty high up there, but Bruiser, Warden, Gunslinger, a lot of the non-makeables, which I suppose can make sense depending on that. But do you feel like that's just fake stats because of like what you're picking up off carousel and things like that? Or do you think
I'm Bruiser stats okay. It's like decent for mid game, but I don't know. It's like whatever.
Okay. No worries. That's okay. That was a light one to get introduce us back into it. All right. Question number 2. Filtering out 6 Piltover and Ishtal, what are the best performing Radiant items in the game right now?
Filtering out 6 Piltover and Ishtal.
Right. Those are because Piltover can give you an upgrade on your item for Radiant, and then Ishtal, of course, can cash out Radiant items.
Yeah.
And did I give you a criteria here? Oh, I said name 2 of 4 that are below 4.0. Man, I'm so generous.
I know Radiant Titans in particular is really, really good stats on Diana, because that's the one time I took a Radiant augment the set and I like looked at the stats. I don't really take Radiance. Kraken is usually just really up there because the item I think is just busted. So I'm gonna guess at least. How many guesses do I get? Like 2 guesses?
I mean, 2 out of 4. So
I get 4 guesses. Okay, I will guess Titans. I will guess Kraken. I will guess red buff because I think it's just good. Lots of bow items, and then it's probably not tank or AP. Usually those are just bad. I'm thinking either Last Whisper or like Sterax or BT.
Reasonable guesses.
I will guess Sterax because I guess some backline items right. I will go red buff. I will go Titans. I will go Sterax, and I will go Kraken.
All right. And the answer is Edge of Night, Titans, Crown Guard, and Kraken. Nice. You got 2 out of 4.
Good enough. I mean, those were the 2 I was actually confident in, at least.
Yeah. I guess I was curious. Edge of Nights, why is that like some tech for Tryndamere, or is there like another unit that would want that?
I don't fucking know.
Okay.
I think it's one of the only items in the game that actually doesn't have doubled stats. It actually has its own unique effect, so maybe it's just good.
Okay.
Like it heals your unit to full still. I mean, let me just see. Radiant.
I mean, the sample size is not high. It also could just be one of those things where it just performs well based off low sample. But it's something that I was curious about.
Yeah, it seems like it's Tryndamere.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's a new like version of Tryndamere that people are playing, like Edge of Night Quicksilver, to get it. So all right, so nicely done, Dishsoap. Pretty clean. Okay, let's see if you can get question number 3. Rank the 3 trait unlock augments by AVP.
Are these the duo ones?
Yeah, when trait unlock is you get 2 units and you make a new trait. So
I mean, I already know this. It's Dragon Guards 1, the Vayne Senna 1, 2, and the Kindred Chosen Wolves 3.
Oh, he just knew. Okay, lock it in.
Yeah, I can even tell you the AVPs. I think.
Okay.
I think Dragon Guards. Okay. What rank is this?
Diamond Plus.
Diamond Plus. Okay, Dragon Guards will be a 4. It will be between. I don't know if it's over 4.1. I think I'll guess 4.09 for Dragon Guards at Diamond Plus. For the Vayne Senna, I will guess 4.34 for Vayne Senna.
Okay.
And then for Chosen Wolves, I will guess 4.61.
Well, you nailed Dragon Guards on the second decimal, 4.09.
Okay. Wait, actually?
Yeah, you actually did. You nailed
shit, GG.
And then Sentinels is close, 4.4. You said 4.35. And then Chosen Wolves is a lot worse than you said. It was a 4.8 something, but
yeah, whatever.
Why is it just because
the effect is nothing. The effect is it literally does nothing. And you don't want to itemize a Beza. So
yeah.
The actual effect for Dragon Guards and Sentinels is like relevant.
Okay, fair enough.
The effect on Chosen Wolves it literally does nothing.
That is bananas. Dishsoap intuition remains undefeated. Nicely done. Okay, question number 4. Very simple one. I put Rise in the filter. What is his best performing artifact? Within I had sample size Diamond Plus 500 plus, so it wasn't just like 10 play.
I know on PBE Seekers was hilarious on him for a little bit because they didn't fine tune the Demacia scaling, and you could get him up to like 90% execute because of the armor and armor you got on Seekers. I don't actually think that is what's gonna be because you don't really play him with Demacia anymore, and I think they like fixed the scaling on that. How much TFT Rise? How much mana does this guy have? Can you tell me, or do I have to look it up?
I can look it up. I think
it's.
I want to say
is it
40.
Is it 40 or 45?
Oh, it might be 45. Let me look it up real quick. It's 45.
Okay, 45. 45 mana. It's probably not any. It's probably not Lich or Dawncore. I think it's a little too high mana for that. Like Shiv is like, I don't know. I feel like all the AP items suck.
There's not many good ones. I'll give you
like Loki might still be Seekers because he hits like the whole board, so he'll get all of the procs, and then late fight maybe you're just Thanos. I'll just guess Seeker still.
Okay, we're locking it in, and the answer is Seeker's Arm Guard. Nicely done. It's true. That's something that still remains true. And the other option you said actually Lichbane isn't that good. It actually is. Second best, but I mean these are not good stats. Just to put as a
I don't think any of these are like that good. I think like Lichbane probably has good stats just because it gives like a decent amount of AP and like a little bit of attack speed. It's like all right. But.
My God, Dishsoap is on fire. That's 3 in a row. Let's see if he can make it 4 to wrap it up before we finish today. Another if you filter question. If you filter out T-Hex, who's the best performing? 4-star 1 cost. It's actually one of the staples.
What the fuck?
Would be because obviously it would be Caitlyn, but we're filtered out of T-Hex.
That's interesting. How do you, it's only worth the wait, right? Or like some like Pandora's nonsense. That's okay. That's interesting. 4-star 1 cost.
Yeah, I guess what would be the best worth the wait hit? That's basically another question.
They're all terrible. I'm looking at these units. All these units are ass. I think I'm gonna guess Kog'Maw because if you made it to 4-star Kog'Maw, you probably have a Baron on your board. I'll just guess Kog'Maw.
All right, Kog'Maw is the answer, and it turns out that Kog'Maw is the second best. Very close. It's
it's fucking Dragon Guards. It's I'm trolling. I should have known. It's from fucking Dragon Guards, man.
Dragon Guards.
Oh my god. I forgot about that shit. That was literally the previous question, man. Whatever.
No worries. Really close though. Your intuition is pretty close on that one, but not bad. 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5.
Yeah, whatever. I should have gotten that.
All right. Cool. And then we're gonna wrap it up today with a question from our Patreon subs. Thanks for those who support us. Our question today is from Wawa about augment selection. He asks, in this set, when are you clicking combat versus item augments? Is it always item augments if you have extra slots on useful units? In that case, if you're going fast 9, is it just always item augments? So just what do you think? If I guess I'm guessing he's assuming you don't get econ augments.
I feel like the question is just like asking like if it's like 3-2 or 4-2 or like mostly 4-2 if you're deciding between the two. Because like on 2-1, it's usually just econ prio. Like this. Okay, it's like pretty much always econ prio because Bard is so stupid. But like if they nerf Bard, like you'll probably take item augment more and do some and like tempo Timmy it up a little bit more. But item augments are usually like pretty good on 2-1 as well. But like on 3-2, like your combat, like the time you take 3-2 combat is when you pretty much already have like Biss, and you're playing like a comp that like cares mostly about like 1 unit, which is very, very rare. And the combat like kind of has to be premium. You can't really take mid combat. But like an example of that is like if you already like lost streaked, and you have like most of the Diana items already, you can take like a premium combat on Diana on 3-2. That's like reasonable. I think they just taking combat on 3-2 is just rare though. If you need like board strength, usually item augments are going to be better because most of the time you're not actually going to have like full building units on stage 3, and a lot of comps want multiple carries as you said. So usually it's item augment 3-2 prio. On 4-2 though, it's just really just going to depend on your board. Like if you need to fill out items on your team, you go for item augment. if you already have like 3 item tank, 3 item carry, and like you have like 1 item on like your duo carry, and you can like reasonably assume that you're gonna get more items for your duo because you have like stage 4 coming up. But like if you, for example, if you don't have 3 items on your carry, don't have 3 items on your tank, you probably need an item augment if you already like are close to hitting your board and you don't need an econ. But yeah, it just gotta depend on your spot. Like I mean I guess that's what he asked, but like I guess the decider is like if you have like 3 items on the units you care about, or if you don't have 3 items on the units you care about, you probably want to go item augment.
And if you envision a way for you to continue to be item starved, right? Like,
Yeah.
you have one single IE on your Yunara. You get offered an item augment or the best pot like Bronze for Life or Soul Awakening, some of these like crazy combat. Just take the item because you're just not going to get to the items. You're not going to have a strong board. I asked chat real quick before we go for any exit questions, and a lot of them are asking about AP openers. Like, how are you approaching AP openers if you're forced to? Just so you open up tier rod, cloak, or you're just like forced to play, quote forced to play into AP. How are you approaching that dispatch?
The funny thing is these guys aren't doom pilled enough. You're not forced to do it. You can just roll for the stupid ass board and then get something on carousel. GG.
So even if you're dropped rod, tier, cloak this patch, you're rolling for bard, you're inting for the bow, and you're forcing your way back on the AD line.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Like, okay, real talk. If you like, you can play AP if you have like a god opener. Like Kog'Maw 2 plus good frontline. You just play towards like Void Kaisa. It's like actually fine. You can play towards lists with like full upgraded like Sona opener, or like you can like make like Lux items and try to get Bane items later. Play for like Demacia. It's actually fine. Like, but you need a god opener if you're trying to play. If you think you're forced to play AP opener and your board like can't streak, you're not forced to do it. You must bard in the bag.
Must bard. Put the bard in the bag.
But yeah, like I think if like the biggest sin is like a like playing like the mixed streak AP and then you're just dead. But if you could actually like get like lots of like value out of like win streaking, it's fine.
Yep.
Like the AP comps aren't unplayable. It's just
pretty rare.
Yeah.
I mean, I have played in the past 25 games. I think I played 2 AP games, and they were like I hit Rumble 2, Lulu 2, Jarvan 2. I had an opener to play into Yordles, and that made it easier with two AP items. So it made sense to slam it there. That's where you can probably do it, and they end up being pretty solid Rise games. But the important thing isn't the units I told you, is that I played it 2 out of 25 games. I didn't play it very often, so try to find your way back into it if you can. All right, and then I guess the last thing is, when are you not playing Bard? Everyone's like, is it always Bard? Is it always Bard? When are you like not playing Bard in your openers?
You're not playing Bard if you're win streaking and you don't have an econ augment. That's the only scenario you don't play Bard.
You don't have an econ augment and you're win streaking?
It's you're win streaking and you don't have an econ augment. You both things must be true. If you're lose streaking and you don't have an econ augment, you play for Bard. If you're win streaking, you have an econ augment, you get a Bard anyways, like for free.
Oh, I see.
But if you're win streaking and you don't have an econ augment, then you don't play Bard. That's the only time.
And I think with that's enough tech leak. If you guys want more, you're gonna have to either watch our streams or check out next episode for TFT Study Hall, where we'll probably have Solus join as a regular guest for our podcast. He promised he actually got a webcam to help us with the podcast this season, as well as maybe some other guests. But if you guys really enjoy some of this content, check out our other stuff on YouTube, youtube.com/@TFTAcademy with 2 Ys. If you're the person that's holding the first TFT Academy, please let us know. We would be interested in getting that. And make sure to check out everything over our tier list. Dishsoap and I are going to be done for the rest of the year. I guess we'll see you guys. We're going to do a next episode after next patch, probably.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
Is next patch on like Wednesday or?
I don't think so. I think next patch is. So you're saying next Wednesday, January 7th? That sounds close to correct.
Yeah, it's probably not the 31st.
Okay, so we'll probably do it in about a week and a half after recording this. But
what is the next tournament? Isn't it soon?
It's the weekend after that. So I believe it's starting very soon.
I have to play some PvE.
Maybe some scrims. That'd be kind of fun.
I guess.
No, this is your set, man. I feel like this set The set is yours. I'm feeling it.
January 9th.
Wait, the first cup is next weekend? Holy cow.
Yeah, or no, I mean that's like how many that's like it's like 2 weeks from now, kind of, or like it's less than 2 weeks from now. Is that how that works?
Yeah. Sorry, 11 days.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like 12 days.
Okay, sure. Yeah, fair enough. 11 and a half. But yeah, you're right. Okay.
12 days.
Closer to 2 weeks. So it'll be pretty soon. We'll do one right before that / after the patch. So make sure you guys keep your eyes peeled for that. Thanks for tuning in from Frodan and Dishsoap.
When's the PvE coming out?
What's up?
When is the PvE coming out?
Well, they probably don't even have the patch done. So it probably comes out when they get back in the office.
Bro, okay, sure.
Say bye, Dishsoap.
Bye.